to stay here, or can I jump off the side, or... No, can't jump off the side. Wait, am I supposed to reset? That makes me think that I'm supposed to reset, because he's telling me not to...
What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Oh, yeah, he's telling me that I need to...
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to die, am I? We'll try it. If not, we can always come back. Just annoy him, get some more giggles.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
Splat! I'm not dead.
Thank God.
Damn it.
You lived. You had me worried there for a moment.
Try it again.
No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
360 no scope. Oh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
But what do I do?
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Am I supposed to, like, begin the game again, or... Because this is kind of silly. I can't kill myself, can't go back there. I'll begin the game again. Try that. Alright. So this time we
all of his
will
co-workers
choose...
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Oh,
meeting.
what does it mean?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A memo. Bitch, please. Ain't no memos. We'll go through the right door on this
Stanley
one.
came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Stanley's listening.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I need to take it pass aggressively on other workers. Present co-workers not supporting you more. What? Using slides to show employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on the texture. Damn it. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Good one. High five. Motivational speeches. Broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Not listening. La 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 la. Can't make me. See what happens.
But
this
Stanley
way.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a good
Why
question.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Oh, is there
Were
a
they
bee on
simply
the wall?
repeating? No, Stanley said to
One,
himself,
two, B4.
this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
But is it really? Is it
What
really a dream?
relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
No, I think he's
He
crazy.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying, and began to gently float above the
Ooh,
ground.
hello. No.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
There's a car.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Am
Why
I dead?
is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Oh, God.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
What?
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Oh
Did
my
the voice
God.
not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely, if he could just...
Too confusing.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
Uh-oh.
the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Wait, whoever said he had a
All
wife?
I want is my life
No one said he had a
exactly
wife.
the way it's always been.
Maybe I don't want a wife.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Nah, it won't. We're all gonna die.
Okay.
And he wakes up. Back in the same place.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who
Am I
am
dying?
Who am I? And everything went black.
Just like that. Kablow is black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
That's
And
not
though she
me,
would
is
soon
it?
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Or
And in
dead
that
on the
moment,
floor.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
But does she
It
really?
was comforting to think this, and in a
Does
certain
she
way,
really?
seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh god,
She
it's
had
gonna
no time for
get
this,
deep and
so it was
confusing.
only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? So she's not gonna call an ambulance or nothing, or the police or anything like that. Just leave a dead body in the middle of the street. Oh, so that's a restart. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so maybe this time I should just pay attention to what the guy
Stanley came
says.
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Okay, so I've done that. I've gone through the meeting room. I'm
Yet
going
there
through
was
the
not
meeting
a
room.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he could Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, having to sneeze.
Stepping
Look at
into
this
his manager's
office.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Ooh, wine.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
Dance
wondered in
buddy.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
There's a passageway! Yay! But what does it mean? What's back here? Nada. Oh, there's a gap. How did I even make that gap? Boop. Button! Always press the big red button when there's one there. You just cannot stop. You just have to do it. Oh, loading. Again. Closing time.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion.
That's
in
'cause
his
I don't have
chest,
any
as though he
feet.
felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he
What?
feel this now?
I can
When
think.
for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Dun dun dun. So.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Do I really want to go to the mind control facility, or do I really want to escape? Because I feel the need to escape. Not gonna be.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, that could be
The door
problematic.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Do I really want to turn around though? I've come so far, and
At this
yet...
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep, because I'm a fearless beep. Splat. Or was it? Dun dun dun. Next time on the Stanley Parable Project. Stanley Parable Project? What do I mean? Aha! I didn't die. See? Told you. Suck it. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into
It's like
motion,
Disneyland!
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise.
Oh.
He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
I
shattered
don't
life.
want to die!
Farewell, Stanley.
No! You can't make me do it!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Hold the phone. Who's this? Oh. I got an achievement. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
What?
Do you see now? Do you see that
Nature
Stanley
paintings.
was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Well, that's not fair. Ooh. The office. Dun dun dun. Button sounds. So what am I actually supposed to do in this game? Is there an actual point to this game? Or am I just, like, office clock? The office clock actually moves. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. What's around the corner? Staircase. Dun dun dun.
When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the
Narrator outtakes.
top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Where do I go? What is this madness? I thought they said I was gonna reset. Uh-oh. Ah, it's just a monitor room elevator. Help! I'm stuck in a place and I don't know how to get out. Hello? Anybody here? Housekeeping? It's my office. Let me in. Panic. Do I reset and just play the game like it? Oh.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
So I should turn this off?
Can you see? Can
Maybe.
you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
And sometimes they can.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
No, not listening to you. I make my own decisions. So what now? Does the game reset? Or do I just stare at a black screen? Or... So... yeah. I'll begin the game again. That seems to be the only option in that case there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so this time I'm actually going to pay attention and just follow the things, because we know what we're
When
doing.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Yep, I did that. He entered the office. There was no one there.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Close enough.
Feeling a wave of
I know what I'm
disbelief,
doing.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. You can open it. Oh, money in the morning, money in evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Oh, Mooney crisp. Extreme bathrooms. What? Do you even bathroom, bro? Close the door behind me. Aha! Hey there. Why would someone have a gun to a panda's head? Business strategy. What, kill pandas? Oh, hello. Should I really take this? Because last time it didn't end too well. Yeah, I'll take this actually. I'll see where this goes. It could make for interesting viewing. The elevator music though. cha cha. How long does it take for this elevator to go up?